Is it possible to predict whether a stock is going to go up or down? When is it going to hit its top? When it's going to hit its bottom? Hello, folks. My name is Neil, and today we are going to talk about predictions. Let me give you an example. Let's say I'm taking the car out to go to office. Is it really possible to predict with 100% accuracy whether I'm going to reach office or not? Well, if you ask me, I don't think so. There are a million things that could happen on the way. The first thing that comes to mind is I could meet with an accident and die. But there are less worse things that can happen, like, you know, I could have a flat tire, I could run out of diesel, I could meet a friend who could ask me to go out for a few beers with him, and I don't go to office. Not that that happens very frequently, but it could happen. The important thing is it really necessary for me to predict with 100% accuracy whether I'll reach office or not? I don't try to predict whether I'm going to get to office or not safely, but there are a few precautions that one must take you know, when when one goes out driving. One is take proper driving lessons. Second is practice, practice, and a lot more practice. Third, give a test and take a driving license, which is getting a third party perspective in whether you really know how to drive or not. And fourth, practice some more. On a daily basis, when you get out, once you sit in the car, it's important that you know where you're going. Second is always wear seat belts. That's precaution. Being very careful. Drive safe. And no matter how cautious and how careful you are, every once in a while, you may meet with an accident because you're not the only one who's responsible for accidents. Accidents do happen. In such cases, keep learning. Keep learning from your mistakes and keep getting better and better at your driving. All of the same rules apply on the stock market as well. One, take proper training. Two, practice, practice, and more practice. On a daily basis, have a plan. What is it that you want to do? Are you a long-term investor? Are you a trader? Or are you an intraday trader? There are people who think that, intraday trading is bad and it's a fantastic way of losing money. Well, I disagree. It's a matter of specialization. I don't do intraday myself, but there are people I know who consistently make profits on intraday. And there are others who think long-term investing is a waste of time and that, trading is better. But I think it's a matter of a person's personality and what it is that they want to achieve and how much time they have and how early they've started and how aggressive they are and why they are doing the trading, etc., etc. What's important is you know what you want to do and stick to it. Have a plan. Second, take all precautions. Have a stop loss. Plan the trade and trade the plan. If you've decided that you're going to enter at a particular price and then accept the loss at a particular price and take stop loss, do so. If you've set a target that this is my target and I'll get out once I reach this target, do so. Plan the trade and trade the plan. Get disciplined with your trading. Don't give in to your emotions. There are a few other precautions that you could take. For example, do not invest in random scripts and stocks. Do not listen to tips that are given to you by friends or relatives or even news channels ad hoc, unless you truly understand the reason why that tip is an important tip. For example, if somebody asks you to buy, um, let's say, Yes Bank, I don't know, I can't think of any other script right now, and they say that, buy this stock and it's going to double in the next 2 weeks. Always ask why. Why do you think it's going to double? What's going to happen? Well, if they say that it's a news that they've heard or their friend or relative told them or it's insider information, don't believe them. In all probability, it's not going to work out. You may get lucky once or twice, but it's not always a very good strategy to do investments. Don't try to earn money in a hurry. Stock market is also like any other profession, slow and steady wins the race. Of course, some people get lucky quickly, but we're not trying to rely on luck here. We're trying to rely on a good, strong, stable strategy. Always invest in stocks that have strong fundamentals. Now, I've done a video where I've talked about how to analyze and pick a stock. I'm not very strong in fundamental analysis, to be very honest, and I rely more on trading charts. But I do not invest in stocks that are not strong at a fundamental level. So I look at their net sales, and I look at their net profits, and I look at their turnover and market cap, and I look at whether the company has given dividends and dividends and splits and bonus stocks from time to time or not. What is their corporate strategy? What are their products? Whether their products are future oriented or not, and so on. And there's a video that I'll share the link to in the description that talks about those things that I look at. So never invest in a stock that are not fundamentally strong. Never try to ride a temporary greed wave. It's not a very good idea. So these are some precautions that you must take before you actually think about investing in stock, like wearing your seat belts and driving safely to work. So, which brings us to a very important point. If we are not going to predict you know, whether the stock is going to go up or down, how are we going to decide when to buy and when to sell? It's a good question. The answer to that question is, short answer to that question is very simple. Buy cheap and sell dear. So when you get something cheap, you buy. When something becomes very expensive, you sell. How does something become very expensive? When the demand is more than the supply, um, the price rises. When the supply is more than the demand, the price falls. I've talked about this in a demand supply video that I've done. I'll share the link there as well. But the important thing is try to understand whether the price is trading high or low, and based on that, take a call. Now, I'm thinking of starting a series of videos in which we will analyze one stock per day, and we will see whether that stock is a good investment or not. And then we will try to understand what would be a good price to buy that particular stock for a long-term investor, for a swing trader, and for an intraday trader. I hope you enjoyed the content today. I'm always looking for feedback. If you want me to cover a particular script or an idea, do let me know. If you disagree with me, voice it out. I'm always looking to learn. Other than that, I wish us all a whole lot of luck, and I hope we make a ton of money off the stock markets. Have fun.